Yo, what's good? I know 12 days in to 2026 is the first show of 2026 that I've done. I know I'm slipping, I'm tripping, but we got a lot to talk about. All right. Lynn-Sanity is taking over. All right. Lynn-Sanity is taking over, and we got a lot of football to talk about. So let's get to it. It's I.O.W Sports Show, Late Night Owl Edition with your man Wildcard Mara, episode 497. Let's freaking go.
Yeah, Solid Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W Sports Network, Late Night Edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep, go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laughs in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? What's good, peoples? I know. Like I said in the intro of the show, it is January 12th, and this is the first episode of 2026 that we have done. And I apologize, y'all, but it's for good reason. It's because I've been busy with personal life, job. It got very hectic through the holiday season. Holiday season came and went. I caught the flu, but all that's passed. Happy New Year, everybody. Hey, matter of fact, Happy New Year's, everybody. Cheers. Y'all know what time it is. Crack them beers open. Another year, being alive. Talk some sports. What's good, Crafty Southpaw? Hey, Happy New Year's to you, my brother. Cheers. Always a pleasure. Always appreciate your support, Crafty Southpaw. Always appreciate your support. But look, I know we got a lot of NFL football to talk about. All right, but I got to talk about the most hottest thing that or polarizing thing that people are talking about. Look, this is Lynn Jones. All right. If you're not familiar with Lynn Jones, it's time to get familiar with her. All right. I'm just gonna put it to you like this. All right, this is what we're gonna do. All right. This is what everybody's talking about with Miss Lynn Jones. All right. Here's the clip right here.
I just want to tell you, congratulations on your success, young man.
Thank you.
You hold your head up, all right? You guys have had a most magnificent season.
Thank you.
And you did a great job out there today.
Appreciate
so you
it.
just hold your head up, okay?
Thank
and
you,
ladies
ma'am.
and gentlemen, Duval, you the one, all
Thank
right?
you, ma'am.
keep it going. We got another season, okay?
I appreciate
Take
it.
care and much continued success to you and the entire team.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. That's what she's in the sports media talk realm, or pretty much what she's what's going on with her. All right. And that was her speaking. Yes, she is a reporter. Again, I don't have the syndicate that she has. It is a legit syndicate. The Jacksonville, hold on, let me pull it up because I want to give Miss Jones her respect. All right. Make sure that we know what she's doing. Know that we are putting the proper respect on Mrs. Jones. All right. I know she is a Jacksonville reporter. The Jacksonville Free Press is the syndicate that she is attached to. Sounds like she's a bit of a fan. And And it's funny that you say that, Crafty Southpaw, because I think that's what's causing the, the stir. People want reporters to report. All right. At least that's the sentiment that I'm getting. I had no issue with it. Pat McAfee, I saw what he had to say. I saw what Dan Patrick had to say. I saw what other journalists and other people had to say. Man Down Sports. Shout out Man Down Sports. Make sure y'all go over there, tap in with Man Down Sports, like, share, subscribe to their content, man. They be on it, man. They be having the dope content blazing. But my thing is with the Lynn Jones situation is that, all right, I'm just gonna call it what it is. All right. In that situation, I saw a black woman. She probably noticed something, and I saw her response on the show today. I just saw a black woman that was generally being positive in a moment that she saw somebody down. Obviously, Liam Cohen, the head coach of the Jaguars, just lost a playoff game. It's his rookie season. He did a fantastic turnaround, taking a 4-13 Jacksonville Jaguars team to then this year being 13-4, winning the division and hosting a playoff game. Now, I bring up Miss Jones's where she works at, the Jacksonville Free Press. She's been writing in Jacksonville for a long time. All right. That is a godly woman. So my main point of what I heard was just literally just a black woman who's a godly woman. All right. Just in a moment of humanity, just giving some positive words. And I think at most 20 to 27 seconds is what she used up. All right. And I get it. People want to, at the presser, you're supposed to be a reporter, supposed to do your job, this and that. You don't think she knows that? My main thing is that at one point, whatever your job, whatever your occupation is, I think there are always moments at any occupation that is, you're going to run into a situation where, do I stick to my job or do I be a human being? For example, I have a culinary background, all right? And there was a time when I was a sous chef down in Charlotte, North Carolina, working at a restaurant. And if I just stuck to just cooking, I felt like I didn't complete my job. And what I mean by that is that if I needed to help run food, I would go run food. If I needed, they needed help clearing tables, and if I had time, I would go help clear tables. The point is that I felt like I was meant to be more than just a chef or a cook. As in, there were times where I would interact with customers, and there were times where a server would come back and be like, hey, just to let you know, the fact that you went out there, talked to those people at the table, let them know what was going on, and just being a communicative human being, talking to them politely, that helped my tip out, and they also wrote a note and say, hey, man, great experience. So imagine if I didn't take that moment out of just, being more than just a cook, a chef. She was being more than just a reporter in that moment. She noticed that Liam Cohen was emotionally distraught, down in the dumps, tore up, that they just lost, and all the great things that this team has done, and they were so close to advancing. And instead of her just doing her job and going through the same motions, she felt her sense and compelled to say that. And what's the problem? That's my biggest question, is why is this such a problem? Why is this bothering people so bad that she did that? Had a moment of humanity, a moment of positivity. Why is that such a problem? Are we that conditioned as human beings nowadays that we are just so just exposed to so much negativity, so much hate, so much vitriol, so much depression, so much negativity shit that we are just oh my God, positive moment. Better. She's the devil. Like, are we that conditioned? Are we that far away from humanity? Huh? I mean, look, and I get it. You're not wrong. She did sound like a fan, but she also sounded like a person that was just like, hey, I know you're down. I can see you mentally, emotionally down, but I'm just going to remind you of the great season that you had as a rookie head coach in the NFL that just turned around a trash-ass program before you stepped into it, and you immediately turned it around. I just want to remind you of that. Because that's all she did, was tell a man that was down in the dumps, distraught, hurt. Right? Hurt. All right, make sure my man was hurt. All she did was just say, hey, just to give you a quick refresher, all the great things that you did this year, my man, is to keep your head up. Because look what you've done. What's wrong with that? There's been people that has done that over numerous times, regardless of what their occupation is, and like I don't know. I'm just kind of just like irritated with the fact that people gotta, defend themselves for being positive. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is nearly Lynn-Sanity all over again because the woman took a moment to be a human being. We are that far away from being nice to each other, decent to each other, that we can't even, that even a positive moment is causing this much ruckus. This is crazy to me. And look, I get it. I'm a sports, it's supposed to be about sports. But I think it also needs to go on and to speak to the other situations of how media interacts with that sports world. Like, what are the rules? Obviously, I'm not a journalist. I ain't gonna pretend to be. I podcast, I content create, I got a regular 9 to 5. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I am the furthest thing from the journalist. I will never pretend to be. I don't care to be. All right? Because I don't know. I don't want to be. I'm like who I am, and I don't like restraints on how and what I'm trying to say. I have no narrative. I have no objectives. I have opinions. And my opinions are based on what I see and what is in relation to what the topic or whatever it is we need to talk about. That's it. All right. I'm opinionated. I'm an opinion giver. All right. And I'm willing to always have an open dialogue as long as we keep it respectful. That's what I do. For you journalists that went to journalism school, bravo to you. Respect to y'all. All right. What's good, Lacoste Sauce? Hey, always a Chiefs fan, even though, won a good season, but it's all right. But my main point is what? We're that far gone? We're that far gone that we can't even just have a quick human moment. I'm trying to tell everybody has had a human moment pop up at their occupation, no matter what. Where there was a moment where, hey, normally I wouldn't do this, but the good human in me, this is just a moment. We just gonna find a solution and then keep it put. Find a solution, keep it pushing. Find a solution, keep it pushing. That's it. She didn't take up 10 minutes of nobody's time. 20 to 27 seconds is all she used. 20 to 27 seconds is that detriment to, oh my gosh, how dare you? But my thing, the hypocrisy is, and I gotta point it out, is the same people who are upset with this. Do we have a problem with this? This was Kevin Stefanski sometime this season, and I don't know the journalist name, so forgive me. But this is what he had to say.
I just want to say this. I'm not going to be in Cincinnati, and I really hope this is not the last time we get to talk to you face to face. I think you've had to deal with things, especially this year, that were unfair, that you had to coach a team that was, especially on offense, that was inferior to the teams that you faced. So I don't expect you to answer that. I just want you to know that's how I feel.
I respect that from you, as you know, and you guys know this game it is never going to be about one person, and that includes me.
Okay. So where's the outrage in that? And not to assume, but I think it might be safe to assume that reporter might be a white Caucasian male. Is that fair to assume? All right. It just might be. Well, my point is why are we coming at Miss Lynn Jones? Not a peep in that Kevin Stefanski little situation. Shout out to Darren Smith, who brought that right back up to attention to make the bigger point. And I'm gonna be honest. And for those who not gonna like what I'm about to say, it is what it is. You're more than welcome to unsubscribe. You're more than welcome to flip the channel, get rid of me. I don't care. It is what it is. All right. At the end of the day, I created this platform for me to say whatever the hell I want to, how I say it. And here it is. All right. Fact of the matter is, we got a kind, respectful black woman, elderly black woman who took a moment out to be nice. And she's been doing this for how long? And I'll play her response here in just a second. But in this situation, we probably got a senior Caucasian male who's sounding very fanboyish. All right. With Kevin Stefanski, and not a peep has been said. I'm really starting to get to this point where it's like, come on, y'all. Even when it comes to the media, we're doing this. We already had the shut up and dribble, movement. Now we just got the shut up and report movement. Is that where we're at? Because this is what it's starting to feel like for people who are taking this quick 27 seconds and blowing it up to such a disgusting act. And her credentials to be pulled, and how dare she do that? Like, we're really getting to that point. We're really about to shut up and report Miss Lynn Jones because she took 20 to 27 seconds out to be a human being. This is crazy. This is asinine to me. It's silly. It's crazy. She was nothing but kind and respectful. You absolutely right. She didn't say nothing bad or mean. But we got a guy here that's literally so pro Kevin Stefanski and fanboy. Now the people said about what he said. And we're calling what Lynn Jones was unprofessional. What that man just did, what he just said, was far beyond unprofessional in the terms of you journalists' little code of ethics. As if y'all got some damn unwritten rule books like y'all the damn Major League Baseball. Y'all worse than MLB, all these unwritten rules. Where if they unwritten, they not rules, damn it. You want rules and regulation on how to do your occupation? Write the motherfuckers down. Amend them. Come up with 10 commandments. I don't give a fuck what you do as journalists. Then do it. But you're getting worse than Major League Baseball with all these unwritten rules, which this is so unprofessional. Fuck out. Miss me with that bullshit, bro. Come on. But you know what's great? Is all in the midst of this madness, all you haters been throwing dirt on Lynn Jones, boy, y'all making her popping. She's been around the media game for a minute, because I'll play a clip. She'll split out. She'll blur her credentials. But y'all really got her in another level. She really about to catch her 15 minutes of fame because you hating that much. Was hating on her so much for what she did yesterday, she had to respond. She was in Jacksonville news channels first thing this morning. They couldn't wait to get her on TV. That's what she said.
Called you fake media, said that you shouldn't even have been up there asking those kind of questions. So when you heard that, how did that make you feel?
I don't take no offense to it. Listen, I've been in this business more than 25 years. I've interviewed from Barack Obama to Terry Bradshaw to, what's my guy named Tiger Woods. So he can say whatever he wants about fake news. I am a member of the Black Press, NNPA, the National Newspaper Association, that's been around more than 100 years. I'm the associate editor of the Jacksonville Free Press, one of the more than 230 African-American newspapers still printing in this country today. In Jacksonville, you have the Florida Star since 1955. We've been around since 1986. In Philadelphia, the Philly Tribune has been printing since 1884. In my hometown of Detroit, the Michigan Chronicle has been printing since 1935. So support the Black Press. So you can call me fake all you want to, honey. I've been doing this a long time.
Let me tell you something.
People know me.
People know me. Okay, Lynn. Talk your shit, baby. Talk your shit. I love it. That's the greatest response you ever could have done. And she's better than me. Because I would have used some very colorful language. You know. Probably talked about it in mom. I'm kidding y'all. Nah, but for real, I probably would have talked about it in mom. I would have went in. So, Lynn Jones, shout out to you. Mm-hmm. You the real MVP? Yeah. Because you handled that like a pro. You had a moment that I thought it came over you and you felt like you needed to do it. And y'all heard what she said. Over 25 years of being a journalist, y'all don't think she knows about these quote unquote unwritten rules? She said bump that. But it exposes how we are just conditioned as a society that anything positive, let's poo-poo on it. Let's find a way to twist it and make it something negative. Let's do something to try to downgrade it, degrade it. So, I mean, come on. Let's call a spade a spade. All right? It's pretty whack. I mean, it is what it is. Josh Allen is your daddy? No. Josh Allen ain't as handsome as me, so he can't be my daddy. So, Mark 1756. Miss me with that bullshit. Oh, fucker. Anyway, let's keep this show flowing. All right, keep it moving. But again, shout out to Miss Lynn Jones, man. You the MVP. Hey, a lot of great football this weekend. All right, a lot of great football. What's good, Bobby? My brother Bobby G. That's my podcast brother, partner in crime. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with him, Big Mike. Game Time 216. All right. They be doing their things. All right. What days is it? Is it Tuesday and Wednesday? 2:16 Eastern. So forgive me, my partner. I know he got that. All Cleveland sports, him and Big Mike be covering it. Also Thursdays, Fridays, me and the Brody got the Audible podcast on Thursdays and Fridays. So y'all tap in with bro. But look, man, why don't we start right here? Let's start with tonight's game, Texans and Steelers. And it kind of went exactly how I expected it to go. Boot to asses. Boot to asses. Send Aaron Rodgers out on a bad note. That's what I expected. And that's what we got. That's exactly what the hell we got. And I'm just going to say this right here. All right. Let me start with the Texans. All right. We'll get to the Steelers in just a second. With the Texans, they might get to the Super Bowl, and here's why. It's because defense still wins championships, baby. You don't believe me? Look what just happened tonight. Look what just happened tonight with the Texans. They got 30 points with the offense that was led by their quarterback. It was kind of shaky. CJ Stroud had an up and down game. He made a couple of throws that I thought were immaculate. Let's be honest, Christian Kirk had a hell of a game. Good thing Christian Kirk was there. All right. And for multiple reasons. Reason number one is the health of Nico Collins. What's going on with his health? All right. Mondays and Wednesdays, y'all. Game time 216 at 2:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with my man Bobby G and Big Mike. There it is. All right. Got the days right. There we go. But Christian Kirk came up huge, obviously, with the injury to Nico Collins. So he did his thing right there. But, hey, he showed that he's still a valuable receiver. All right? Christian Kirk did his thing tonight. Absolutely did his thing. Matter of fact, had majority of the targets, obviously, with Nico going down. And he had majority of the production. He had 144 of the team's 250 passing yards, or receiving yards, I should say. The run game, I will give the Texans their props on this. They got the run game established. Woody Marks had a great game. Touchdown, 19 carries, 112 yards, 5.9, let's call it 6 yards per carry. Absolutely immaculate. All right? That's what you like to see. All right? Nick Chubb, 4.8 yards per carry. Let's call it 5. 10 carries, 48 yards. All right? Run game was damn good tonight for the Texans. All right? But I just got to be honest. Shout out to my man, Chris Style. Catch me and him every Tuesday, Airhead Chief Podcast, talking about Chiefs football and all NFL football. Hey, I thought he was crazy when he was talking about it early in the season. I'm like, damn, you ready to give up on him? And I think I'm on that CJ Stroud train, as in he might not be it. I don't think CJ might be it. I think CJ Stroud might fall into that another gap of another pool of Ohio State quarterbacks that just didn't make it in the NFL. And there's been a lot of them. See, when it comes to Ohio State, we ain't worried about them making wide receivers. They growing on trees in Columbus. You get your wide receiver any year, any draft, if they got that OSU. All right? You good. All right? You draft you an Ohio State wide receiver, especially nowadays, you good. You might got you a dog. All right? I'm not worried about that when it comes to Ohio State. What I am worried about is the continued things that happens to fall under playing quarterback there. And I think it's almost the same thing with Alabama. And I've had this theory for a long time now, that Alabama and Ohio State quarterbacks struggle is because they are surrounded by all Americans for 2, 3, lucky 4 years their whole time at Alabama or Ohio State. And since they're surrounded by all Americans, a lot of things seem simple to them, and it looks easy because you're surrounded by all Americans. And then all of a sudden, because you're throwing a big yardage and throwing all these touchdowns to all these all Americans, and you're protected up front by all Americans, and you barely get sacked, and everything looks so great. Stats wise, it looks great. It looks good on film because you're protected great, and you're throwing it to Jeremiah Smith, or you're throwing to Jackson Smith and Jigba, or you're throwing to David Boston. Y'all ready for that? Y'all ready for the old school Ohio State? Joey Galloway. Terry Glenn. You know what I'm saying? I could go back on Ohio State wide receivers. All right? So when you throw into those cats and you protect it up front, it looks flush. But then when you get into the NFL, not all your people protect you are going to be all pro. Not everybody you throwing the football to is going to be all pro. And so there's going to be an adjustment period for these Ohio State and Alabama quarterbacks, because you go to the pros and not everybody's all American, all pro. You're going to deal with some walk-ons, quote unquote, undrafted guys. You're going to deal with some, guys that weren't all American for all 4 years of college ball, And so when you deal with that, then you really got to play football, because now I get to really see what you about, because not everything's so plush, not everything's so cushioned for you. You're not protected by 5 all-pros. You're not throwing to an all-pro tight end and 3 all-pro receivers. You don't have an all-pro running back. What can you really do when everything ain't gravy around you and you got to face some adversity? All right. So that's why I think Ohio State quarterbacks struggle in the NFL, along with Alabama quarterbacks. You don't believe me? There's some conversation about Jalen Hurts right now. We'll talk about that in a second. But right here, I just thought CJ Stroud, he did make some plays, but I thought he left some on the table. Because if you really look at this score, take 14 points. Take 12 points off the board. All right. Everything else, field goals. 1 touchdown. All right. A rushing touchdown. I mean, and that rushing touchdown from Woody Marks, hey, it was garbage time. But that defense, this is why they're going to get to the Super Bowl, because that defense, in spite of the up and down and inconsistency that you've been having with CJ Stroud, not only are they dominant, they scoring. They are beating your quarterback into oblivion, knocking the shit out of your wide receivers, punching the hell out of your running back. He ain't getting no rushing yardage. And not only are we going to absolutely beat you up, we're also going to score. You can't do that. What are you going to do with that? How can you stop a team that defense is literally doing everything, dominating, obliterating, and scoring? You're doing it all. They are absolutely being dominant. That's that Texans defense. And to an extent, they're neck and neck. Denver got the same type of situation going on. You got the up and down of the quarterback. But one thing that's been consistent is the defense. Don't be surprised you see a Denver-Houston AFC Championship game, because they both look pretty similar to each other. Where, hell, I don't know what I'm going to get from my quarterback this game. I might get the best Bo Nix. I might get the best CJ Stroud, or I'm going to get inconsistent Bo Nix or inconsistent CJ Stroud. Regardless, the consistent is my defense. Don't be surprised if they end up in the AFC Championship game. That's what you got tonight when you saw the Texans. That's been them all season. Literally, that's been them all season. Shout out to the Texans. But let's move to the Steelers side. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. If this is Aaron Rodgers' last game, let's keep it football. All right? One of the best throwers of the football. And I don't think nobody can doubt that. I'm just talking football. When it comes to that, Aaron Rodgers is one of the coldest quarterbacks to ever touch the field. Period. And I don't think there shouldn't be a debate on that. All right? If you want to have the conversation, when you throw in his personality, his attitude, how he interacts with people, fine. You won't get much pushback on it. I think he's a dickhead. All right? He has a real he oozes D-head energy, right? I'm an energy type of person, and I can feel, when somebody's being negative, positive, kind of, invalid, I'm an energy type of person. And when I hear him talk and just the way he talks and the things that he says, I get dickhead, straight D-head vibes from him, energy from him. So I won't debate none of that. But if we're talking purely football, if we're talking just football, Aaron Rodgers should be no debate as one of the greatest pure quarterbacks to ever touch the NFL field. I would never go against that. And especially in my lifetime that I've seen football, he's one of the coldest motherfuckers. All right? If there's one thing that Stephen A. Smith that was right, he's a bad man. He's always been a bad man. So let's give Aaron his props are due. All right? But we're not surprised that the Steelers got their ass kicked like this. Are we? If you're a true football fan, you knew good and damn well what the script was going to go with the Steelers making it to the playoffs. First of all, we knew they was going to sneak in the damn playoffs. Limp in the damn playoffs. It's what Mike Tomlin's been doing. I saw a stat earlier. He ain't won a playoff game since 2017, but he's been there. He's over 500 every year. Mediocre Mike. That's the inside joke I got with my homie Corey. Mediocre Mike. And I'm not trying to poo-poo on Mike Tomlin because I think the fact that you're consistently being above 500, the obstacles that he's dealt with, they ain't found him a quarterback since being left. You know, a franchise that has been fantastic at getting and drafting wide receivers over many of years somehow can't find him a wide receiver. They had to go trade for DK, and he's, in my opinion, I thought that was a reach, and the fact that they paid him was a reach. But what do I know? All right. He has a solid running back, young offensive line, so you're going to get the ups and downs that comes with that. The defense this year was atrocious. It was bad. It was putrid. It was disgusting, and it did not live up to the standard of what we all, as football fans, think of the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. It wasn't good. Point blank period. Just call a spade a spade. It wasn't good. But I know what a lot of people are going to say. Oh, Mike Tomlin should be fired. And you know what? In most cases, in most situations, a coach that continues to just mosey into the playoffs and get bounced out the first round year after year after year after year. See, those franchises will get sick of that. They'll be like, yo, you hit a glass ceiling. You got to go. We need a new voice. Matter of fact, it just happened to John Harbaugh, a Super Bowl winning coach. He's out of a job because, hey, man, you know, you keep hitting this glass ceiling, or you keep missing the playoffs, or hell, you keep losing these one possession games. Yeah, we love you. We love that Super Bowl you brought us in 2013, but damn it, we can't keep hitting this glass ceiling. They moved on. But most teams aren't the Steelers. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Steelers fans who want Mike Tomlin to go on. He's not going nowhere. You know why? Look at your franchise. You got 3 coaches over the history of your lifetime. Chuck Noll, all right? Bill Cowher, all right? Mike Tomlin. That's it. That's your coaching history. In other words, you don't make changes. In other words, he's going to have to resign. He's going to have to quit. He's going to have to walk away. He's going to have to leave on his own terms. Because the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise has a history of not firing coaches. You're a coward. Left on his own terms. I'm pretty sure Chuck Noll left on his own terms. Guess what? Mike Tomlin's going to leave on his own terms. Ain't going to be no firing. They might call it a mutual a parting of ways. But it won't be called a firing. But it's going to be more of a resignation than anything, because that's just the franchise history. But I got no beef with saying why he should go, because we, in most cases, hey, yeah. Hey, man, you ain't going to keep mosey on in and just being over 500 and think we okay with that, we cool with that, especially as a fan base. You got to get tired of that. You know what this situation is with the Steelers. Yeah, we're going to have this roller coaster regular season. We'll sneak into the playoffs, and that'll be the end of that. That's been the Mike Tomlin's tenure. Take out a Super Bowl victory and another Super Bowl appearance. You got a guy just getting into the playoffs and being 500. Hey, I'm just stating facts. I'm just being real. But one thing I will give Mike Tomlin, the fact that he keeps getting to the playoffs, the fact that he keeps getting to 500 with some of the crazy rosters that he has, I like to see what y'all can do with that. Most coaches would have failed and been fired 2-3 years in. I'm just being real. So as much as I can see the give and take when it comes to the conversation of Mike Tomlin. That's all I'm saying. Right? I'm just wanting to point that out. All right, let's go back to Saturday. Saturday, Rams Panthers. I'll be honest. I was shocked at the effort that the Panthers gave up, or that they put up. I was actually shocked at the fact that the Rams didn't look like the Rams. The Rams were looking like a team that, hey, man, yeah, man, we just happy to be here. Blah, blah, blah. It's the Panthers. We'll go on. And then they realize, oh, we got to play some football. It's halftime, and it's 17-14, and they in the game. Oh, we got to play. We got to play football. Yeah. Got to play football. I got it, man. I can't remember the guy's name. I got to shout him out. I thought he played a hell of a game for Carolina on defense. What's his name? He was fantastic. He was all over the place. Mike Jackson, number 2, cornerback. Yes. Bravo. I mean, he was putting the clamps on Devontae Adams. Putting that seat. What the youngest do? Put the seatbelt down, clamp him. Ah. Hey. Mike Jackson was everywhere. Got the interception. Loved the effort. I know, I've been kind of up and down with Bryce Young, but he's kind of been up and down. He did throw an interception, did have the touchdown. He had the rush touchdown. And he did all he could. I'm a little disappointed that the offensive coordinator didn't stick with trying to get the run game going a little bit better. Rico Dotto has been a baller for you all season, and a nice change of pace. Chuba Hubbard, who actually got into the end zone twice. Jalen Coker had a monster game. He did his damn thing. Ted McMillan had a very solid game, very good game. Sidebar conversation. Don't be surprised if Ted McMillan gets some votes for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't know if he'll win it. He can make a case because he did have a 1,000-yard receiving season. He can make a case. I'm willing to hear all kind of arguments about it, but I think he's going to get some votes for some first place votes for sure, but I don't think he'll win it. But don't be surprised if he makes some noise when it comes to that. But no, when it comes to the Panthers, man, and I'm going to touch the Panthers first in this one. Look, they were the golden trash bag of the NFC South. The division was not good this season. You had 3 teams at 8-9, so you had a team that was going to get the playoffs with a losing record, which is crazy. But it didn't matter. The Panthers did not look like an 8-9 team, and damn sure did not have the mentality of an 8-9 team. Kudos to them. Look, I'm not big on moral victories, but I just wanted to shout out, especially Mike Jackson, that cornerback who had a hell of a game, and give the Panthers a prop. I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for 17 years, so I gotta. I don't want to say the Panthers are my second team because I don't believe in having second teams, but I have a soft spot in my heart for little kitty cats. Meow, meow. That's all. I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for 17 years, man. How could you not? How could you not have an infatuation with him? And I love the color, that Carolina blue that they got. This fly-ass color, one of my favorite colors. But no, Panthers did well. Obviously, I think they understand what they got to fix in the offseason. You got to get more offensive line help. You got to. Running back, I think you better find a way to keep Rico Dotto. And I hate to say it, but Xavier Legette, I like you. I like your country ass. I think you cool as hell. Got a cool personality. I think you might need to change the scenery don't think Charlotte's here for you. Either you and the OC can't get on the same thing, same page, but I don't know what's going on. The biggest mystery about that game is where did the Panthers D disappear to? And hey, that was weird. I kind of think that Matthew Stafford finally woke up, especially on that final drive and that touchdown throw he threw to Parkinson. That was a crazy throw, crazy catch by Parkinson. But that Chapel, I don't know. Defense just decided to just poop the bed in the second half, especially second half. But not. It was just weird. I don't know why they changed up the coverage. They should have stuck with what they were doing, especially the way that Mike Jackson was locking down Devontae Adams. Looked like they was playing a lot of man coverage, and then all of a sudden they went to zone for some reason in that last series. I don't know. I'm just as mystified as you. All right. But when it comes to the Rams, I'll say this, and I'll be brief with the Rams because I think it's, they're good. I thought they were sleepwalking, and they can't do that going against the Bears, and they can't let up because if you saw the Bears, speaking of that next game, the Bears don't quit. All right, y'all. This is the part of the show where Malcolm Mar admits that he might have been wrong about some shit, and I'm okay to admit that. I might have been wrong about Caleb Williams. Okay? I'll eat that. All right? But you know what? It's because he was with Matt Eberflus. That's why. He was with his old fool ass as head coach. See how coaching matters. See how coaching matters. Ben Johnson comes in, and we got Caleb Williams looking like, oh, that dude kind of nice. That jump throw that he did at the end on that fourth down to Roma Dunze had no business making that throw. I don't even know if Patrick makes that throw. I don't know if Josh Allen made a hell of a throw on Sunday himself. So no, Patrick makes that throw. But it's very few. That was an elite quarterback level throw. I might have been wrong about Caleb. I might have been wrong. I might have been wrong about Caleb. Because Ben Johnson got him to kind of, reel in the craziness. He's shown a lot of mobility with his legs this year for sure, which he's done before. Even back to his days at Oklahoma, he was doing that. He was running. I might have been wrong about Caleb Williams. The Bears are for real. Here's the only problem I got with the Bears. Now, the defense is opportunistic. They will get the turnovers. They will cause them. Damn it. Are they going to be able to get enough stops in this playoffs? That's the only thing that worries me. Yes, they're going to, get the turnovers, which are good for you. I agree. But I'm talking about when you're not getting the turnovers, are they going to be able to stop a team getting into the end zone? And that's the only question mark I got about the Chicago Bears defense. Because right now, Caleb Williams has answered all the questions I got about him. He has good wide receivers. He has 2 good running backs. Offensive line, they invested some money in that. You can see the improvement in that. I'm not worried about the offense. And with Ben Johnson, I ain't tripping about that. Can that defense get a stop if they not getting the turnovers? Is my biggest question. It's my only concern I got with the Bears. If that defense can get the stops when they need them, when they're not getting the turnovers, or get a team to only kick field goals to get in the end zone, they might fuck around and be in Santa Clara. I'm just being real. Because if Caleb keeps playing in the way he is right now, my goodness. Rams had the best offense in the playoffs, in my opinion. But there are concerning issues with their D and special teams, which is crazy because their defense has actually been pretty good, solid over the year. And I don't know what happened in that game. That Carolina just was able to just move the ball. It was weird. Special teams, I can rock with you on that. They did have a couple of returns. Carolina did. They gave their offense good field position and made it easier for them. So, yeah, you should be concerned about that for sure. Bears D tends to come alive in second half. Yes, and I rock with you on that because they have. Even the game on Saturday with the Packers was a pretty much a tale of the Bears defense all season, where they gave up all those points in the first half, and I thought, oh, Green Bay's about to run away with this game, and then second half they come out and they put the clamps down, and so I think that's exactly what happened in this game. Pretty much a telling of their whole season. Defense gives up the cheeks in the first half, and then they get stingy in the second half, and gives that offense a chance to get back in the game, catch their breaths, and then next you know, here comes Caleb Williams and getting them, balling. Oh yeah, I'm with you. Amazing how Ben has turned around Caleb, because there was a point in time I'm like, man, he keeps sticking around Matt Eberflus, man. This man might be the B word. Buzz. Hey, good coaching matters. This is a true example of it. So shout out to Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams for doing what they're doing. When it comes to the Packers, Jordan Love. See, this was crazy to me. When Jordan Love had this type of game, you don't want to waste it. You don't want to waste it. How the hell? And I get it. I don't. It might be the Josh Jacobs injury, or he's not healthy, 100% healthy. I know he's, but still, man. Anytime your quarterback has 323 passing yards and 4 TDs, if you just look at the stat line, you're like, oh yeah, they won. And I'm just mystified that they weren't able to just win. But I'm not shocked that they didn't, because that defense just hasn't looked the same once the Michael Parsons injury happened. And I love Rashawn Gary. He's good. But what you saw yesterday has been the typical Packers defense for the last 2-3 years. Is you're going to be, up and down, up and down. There's going to be some moments that get pressure like crazy, get the sacks, get the turnovers, and there's moments where they can't stop a nosebleed. And when they made that trade to get Micah, and for those who've been watching football, his presence and what he brought to that team, they weren't just a regular defense. They were a damn good defense with Micah Parsons in that lineup. And I just think the moment he went down, it's kind of, for me, that's when their playoff hopes went down. They literally limped into the playoffs at 9-7-1. But here's the biggest question, and I saw today is Matt LaFleur, the coach. Shout out to my man T. Drummy, Tyler Drummond. Y'all seen him on now the last 2 years being the Packers correspondent when we do the previews to each regular season coming up. And me and him, John, had a quick chat yesterday. And as much as he's not a Matt LaFleur fan, he understands why they're going to keep him, and they're going to keep Matt LaFleur. And he broke it down to me like this. If you move off of Matt LaFleur, who's pretty much at this point that he's, 7 years that he's been at Green Bay, he's been doing his own Mike Tomlin impersonation. He's definitely going to get you the wins in the regular season, get you above 500. He's going to get you to the playoffs. That's about it. He's been doing his own version of it. And when my man Tyler broke it down to me, it was like, if you move off of that, who are you going to get? Who are you going to get? What coach are you going to get that is going to take the level of success that Matt LaFleur has brought to Green Bay, and you need a coach that's going to exceed it. Because if you're just going to get a coach that's going to match his output, you should have just kept Matt. You need a coach that's going to go beyond a guy who's actually brought a good amount of success to Green Bay. Really look at what Matt LaFleur has really done there. He's been damn good. Only thing missing is the Super Bowl. Even just an appearance. That's the only thing missing. So, when my man Tyler broke it down to me, I'm like, man, that makes perfect sense. And I just think sometimes when it comes to these coaches, you know, these franchises, are you willing to just make certain tweaks to get that coach already in the seat to the next level? Or are you just too impatient to understand, like, he ain't bringing it? I can understand 4 or 5 years and you ain't won nothing. Or nowadays, in this NFL, you're giving, 1 year, 2 years to turn it around. And if they don't even see you even having anything remotely that looks like you're pointing into the right direction, they slip. So that was just an interesting conversation that me and him had. But Packers, yeah. I didn't expect him to win, but I will give Jordan Love his props. See, that's the Jordan Love that you want right there. That one. Start building the rest of the team around him. Obviously, we see that y'all been drafting wide receivers, them, that. You brought Josh Jacobs in. Yeah. I love what what was his name? Tucker. His Tucker Kraft, what he was doing before he got hurt. Maybe you solidified a tight end room, but you don't have a lot missing from Green Bay. So just make certain little tweaks and this and that, add a little of this, take away a little of that, and I think you are still in good position. But things just didn't go well the moment that Mike Parsons got hurt. Just didn't. Let's get into Sunday's action, which was the great game. I'm going to start with the Sunday night game. I know I'm going out of order, but I don't care. It's my show. I do what the hell I want. Patriots. Drake May is going to have to, in order for him to get to Santa Clara, and I'm not saying he had a bad game, but there's going to be times where he's going to have to take a game over and throw it and get it done. Because I don't think a lot of people, as a team-wise, the running game got going. But Chargers are a solid defense, and I just kind of felt like Drake was, completed 17 throws, missed 12, and it was kind of, I just kind of chalked it up to just good defense. And if he's going to have those type of games against good defenses, what type of game should I expect when he actually goes against an elite defense? Oh, we'll find out this weekend, right? When Houston comes to town. They got no stress. They on the road, no pressure. You're in front of your home crowd. They're going to play free. That's the last thing you ever want to think about, is that Houston Texans playing with no pressure and playing free. Lord have mercy. Well, I hope you got your affairs in order, got your AARP. Yeah, I know you're not old enough, Drake, but I hope you got that health insurance popping, bro, because they coming. They coming. Oh, come on. Hey, you a bot, bro. Don't come in here with that crazy shit talking about fire Andy Reid, the Super Bowl winning coach in Kansas City. Now if he has this season, next year, you can have that conversation, Vontae. All right. What the Chiefs look like this year, if they look like that next year, you can have that conversation. You can start having it. because then it's going to start looking like that point when he was at Philly was like, all right, you've been here long enough, but now you're starting to go the other direction. Then that's fine. So, yeah, relax. If you're a real Chiefs fan, I think you're crazy to say that. Before 2013, before Andy Reid got here, what'd you have? Oh, I tell you what you had. You had a whole bunch of disappointment. All right? Because I'm a lifer. I've been here since 87. I know what it's like to be disappointed. I know what it's like to be, hearts just crushed. John Elway crushes your dreams. The Bills crush your dreams. All right? The Colts crush your dreams. Multiple dreams. I mean, we didn't have Lynn Elliott miss easy kicks. All right? We had two offenses with the coach and the Chiefs versus Peyton Manning. First offense that got stopped, that team was going to lose. Colts came up with a stop. Guess who lost? So I've been through it all. Am I very critical of Andy Reid? You're damn right. It's because you set a new standard for us. We was losing a lot. Now that we winning, I got different expectations. That's just human nature. But no, Chargers Patriots. Back to this. I think Drake May is going to struggle against great defenses. He's got an elite defense coming up. Don't be surprised if he struggles. Defense is damn good. Matter of fact, don't be surprised if the Texas Patriots game is very low scoring. Don't be surprised if we get a 10-7, 13-10 type of game. Whole bunch of field goals. Don't be surprised. Because Patriots defense is playing well. And we just had the conversation. The Texas offense is struggling. CJ Stroud is inconsistent. All right. He struggled with a Pittsburgh defense who ain't good. So how am I got confidence? If I'm a Texas fan, how I got confidence in CJ Stroud where he played bad? It's a bad. He didn't play great, but he damn sure wasn't abysmal. He was inconsistent. If that type of play what he put on this play tonight, where he did make some throws, but then he left some money on the table against a solid, damn good Patriots defense, I would feel a little uneasy about that. I would feel a little bit uneasy about that. Patriots did their thing. Patriots did they thing so bad that they had me. I'm a Chiefs fan. They had me feeling bad for Justin Herbert. I can't stand the Chargers, can't stand the Broncos, I can't stand the Chargers, I can't stand the Broncos, and I hate the Raiders. But I had sympathy for your man Justin Herbert yesterday. Yeah, Bucky Barnes. I call him Bucky Barnes, inside joke on the I.O.W podcast. It's because he was so beat up on his left side that they had to go. I made the joke that they had to Bucky Barnes him and go get the whole vibranium left arm. He turned his ass to the winter shoulder. So, but when it comes to these Chargers, I will give them this. They fought like hell. The defense was solid, and Justin Herbert played his ass off. But here's all those injuries to that offensive line comes back up and creeps and bites the Chargers in the ass because he had no time at all. And even in the time when he did have time, his receivers weren't getting open. I mean, I'm literally downstairs. My wife is like, "Why are you so?" I'm like, "Because I'm just a football fan." I'm like, "Yo, somebody get open. Somebody help Justin out. Gotta get open." I thought his wide receivers failed him last night. I don't think they did a great job of separating and getting themselves open in the times that he did have time to throw. But yeah, that was tough. I just got to say this because I got to have this conversation. When did we get to this point where I get analytics as a part of damn near every sport? But Jim Harbaugh killed me with that decision to go for it on fourth down. 5 minutes, 16 seconds in the first quarter, 4-0 to 0. I get the, yeah, man, I'm the road team. Let's play to win. But sometimes I think these coaches be outsmarting themselves. Take the points. It's first quarter. It's 0-0. 5 minutes and 16 seconds. I'm saying just take the points. You're right there. So if you miss it like they did or don't make it like they didn't, okay, so that's a long kickoff. Well, why don't I just actually go and get the points, get at least the 3 points, and then actually go do a kickoff? If I'm going to do a kickoff, then I want it to be after I got points. But with you being so deep into their territory, and when you don't make it, they consider it a long kickoff, a long punt. No, I call that a missed opportunity to get points. The objective of any football game is to make sure when the clocks hit 0-0-0-0 that you have more points on the board than your opponent. Now I get it. This game didn't come down to 3 points. All right? But my main point is there are times where I think these coaches outsmart themselves and you get the points. That's all I'm saying. Get the points. Because what if this was literally a one possession game, and that field goal that you missed out on could have made a difference? That's all I'm saying. For it to be so early in the game, first quarter, 5 minutes, 16 seconds, and you're going for it on fourth, deep into their territory, take the points. I just think so. That's just me. But hey, what do I know? The actual game that kicked off Sunday's action, Bills-Jaguars, was a fantastic game. Absolutely fantastic game. Jaguars did their thing. Defense was physical. They were beating the dog piss out of Josh Allen. I swear they were determined to try to 187 Josh on that field because they were hitting him left and right. And they brought it. This is another part of the show where Wildcard Martin might admit that you're wrong. Hey, man, look. I thought Jacksonville was a fluke. All right? I thought Jacksonville was a fluke. Trevor Lawrence managed to, curtail the amount of turnovers this year. Liam Cohen did a fantastic job turning that 4-13 team around to 13-4 and winning the AFC South. Did a fantastic job. He did a fantastic coaching job. Defense was flying, getting after it. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Jaguars should have won this game, but you know why they did? Because sometimes you got a Trevor Lawrence and the opposing team just has a Josh Allen. Point blank, period. Look, this was literally the Josh Allen get on my back show. All right? Point blank, period. Call a spade a spade. All right? The fact of the matter is, excuse me, y'all. Fact of the matter is that Josh Allen, in my opinion, has been put into superhero moments so often with the Bills. They just go weight on his shoulder, say, hey, you're Josh Allen. You get us out of this trouble. And he's done it. And this year, I felt, even last year, to a certain degree, that James Cook is the engine that gets that offense going. And Bills fan, Bills Mafia, you're more than welcome to come in here and correct me if I'm wrong, but I watch a lot of football, not just the Chiefs. when James Cook is really going, got that running game going, that offense flows so much better. And it damn near comes impossible to defend when James Cook is going. And then everything else flows. Just my opinion. And I'm not trying to take away from the greatness of Josh Allen, because this game was a Josh Allen showcase. This was him saying, hey, man, get on my back. And it wasn't just any old regular get on my back. This man was checked out for concussion. He done smacked his throwing hand on the back of his teammate's helmet. Then got his knee probably all twisted up, folded like an Auntie Annie's pretzel. So this man turned into a full vibranium iron made man on Sunday. I mean, it was getting literally the dog pissed, beating out of him. And this was just a Josh Allen show. Sometimes you got your quarterback, they got their quarterback. Sometimes when you got a Josh Allen, it is what it is. You just fell victim to it because Josh Allen, he was the reigning MVP for a reason. He's good. He's damn good. Hard to tackle. He made a throw to Brandon Cooks that was ridiculous. Stood there right in the pocket, knew he was about to get blasted. Delivered the throw. Ain't on it. That was just good football right there. What Josh Allen did? Get on my back. Running game. Struggling. All right. Get on my back. Khalil Shakur. He'd probably be a damn good tool for a lot of teams. I don't know if any team would ever see him as a one except Buffalo, because he is the number one. Keon Coleman made one play and set the rest of the game. Josh Palmer's already on IR. Can't even remember the names of the other wide receivers. But when Khalil Shakur is making all these catches and on all these targets, there's a reason for it. Josh trusts him. That's for one. And two, Khalil's been producing. When he gets the targets. Yeah. He's your number one. He'd probably be a number two at best for other teams. But damn it, you ain't got to like Josh Allen. But I'm gonna need y'all to really put some respect on his man's name to win. If you like football, just put some respect on homie's name for what he did yesterday. They were beating the dog piss out of him. Boy. And he still made plays. Went into a very hostile territory, came out with the dub. Now, Josh, as much as I just praise you, I got to keep it a buck with you, Josh Allen. No Lamar. No Burrow. No Patrick. I know that narrative's been said. I've said it on many platforms that he has to win it. He keep having performances like that. Oh, yeah. He'll be in Santa Clara. He performs like that in Santa Clara. Yeah, they'll be raising the trophy up. They got to get there. Oh, boy. What they got coming up next? It's going to be tough. That Denver defense ain't no punks. They ain't gonna lay down for any of that. They don't lay down for nobody. They gonna be ready to knock your head off, push you to some turnovers. And let's be honest, y'all. When we see Josh Allen against elite defenses, it's been tough. It's been tough. Defenses that produce the pressure and get the sacks. It's been tough. It's been tough for Josh. He had his worst game against great defenses this year. Struggled against the Falcons, lost. Struggled against the Texans, lost. And those are the two games off the top of my head that they went against defenses or teams with competent defenses. Josh Allen just threw the cape on yesterday. Get on my back. I ain't mad at it. That was good football. And took a beating and kept on going. Hey, you got to respect that. I'm sorry. You call yourself a football fan, you got to respect that. That was some gangster shit, bro. Shout out to Josh Allen. That was some gangster shit. And to finish up our NFL wildcard recap, the upset of the weekend. Oh, it's an upset. And here's why it's an upset. Not just because of seating-wise, obviously being 6-3. But the fact of the matter is when you look at the roster of San Francisco 49ers and all you see is IR. You see a whole bunch of motherfuckers. And you look at who that IR is by, it's some important names. A lot of them on defense. And so when you look at it, you're like, man, okay, Philly, I know y'all been struggling, and we'll get to that. This got to be the get-right game, right? You're going against the banged-up San Francisco team. It's got to be it. And so my main point is you look at San Francisco, who's been all kind of bubble gum, caulk, cement, Gorilla Glue, duct tape, Elmer's glue. I mean, literally anything and everything to try to hold that team together. Damn a next man up mantra. They lived it. It was literally next man up. Down goes somebody else. All right, next man up. That man get hurt. All right, next man up. I mean, especially on the defense, they had 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th, 9th string linebackers playing. But when it comes to the 49ers, as I dissect them first on this game, hey, man, I'm just going to say it. Hey, when these awards come out for this NFL honors and whatnot, I was a big, let's show Liam Cohen his love and give the Rook his prop, Coach of the Year, for what he did for that turnaround. And I would have said he was a shoo-in. But after Sunday night's game, not so fast, my friend. And the reason why I say that is because name another coach that has, Kevin Stefanski done it. But teams just literally just losing players left and right. And this has actually been the par for San Francisco 49ers and Kyle Shanahan. Ever since he's been there, they always got injured. Every year. Never fails. My main point is the fact of this year, when literally it's damn near all of your starting first and second string defense is getting hurt. And he's been having to coach a hell of an offense of scheme when there was times where Brock Purdy missed, I think, about 7-8 games. George Kittle missed some times. Trent Williams has missed some times. He had Mac Jones in there looking like Joe Montana. Mac Jones was looking good. Matter of fact, Mac Jones should be thanking Kyle Shanahan right now. You know why? Because he's about to get Mac Jones paid. Ain't no way they're going to be able to keep Mac Jones unless he's already under contract next year with the 49ers. That's the only way they keep him. Because if he's not, if he's a free agent, damn it, ain't no way you're going to be able to keep him. Because Mac Jones looked damn good in that relief time that he gave for Brock Purdy. Next man up mantra. Oh, they lived it. They lived it. And I got to give Kyle Shanahan his props with his coaching job. And not only that, just the ball to throw, had that Juwan Jennings throw. That's big nut shit right there, bro. You gotta have big balls. Ronde Cojones. Hey, Kyle Shanahan, my coach of the year. I don't give damn. Get that man coach of the year just of what he just did yesterday. Because that ain't no slouch ass defense that he just took down. That wasn't no cupcake defense. Back half of this regular season, that Philly defense been one of the most nastiest defense of the NFL. When you got Big Davis and Jalen Carter in the middle, just causing havoc, disrupting everything. Zach Bond being a fantastic linebacker. The secondary it's all right, coming to his own. They had a moment. But I just got to give it. My man, Time 18-1-8. It's not easy being the New England Patriots when they had Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Now you want to get rid of Andy Reid. More of a concern than Patrick Mahomes. Well, I ain't trying to get rid of Andy Reid. I think were you responding to that? I hope so. But and I'm gonna be honest with you. With that, with time, all right. As a Chiefs fan, I watch a lot of Chiefs games. All right. If you got concerns about Patrick Mahomes, I don't think you're really watching the game. I don't think you're really watching the Chiefs game if you're saying the concern to be Patrick Mahomes. Because if you really was watching the Chiefs game, you was really watching the Chiefs games. You should see a lot that Patrick Mahomes masks of what his greatness makes things look a little different than what they, should appear to be. Trust me, he covers a lot of deficiencies. That's what's wrong with that offense. Trust. I'm just letting you know. So, man, what's up? I'm good, man. Hope all is well. Happy New Year to you, man. Happy New Year to you. Well, we just got to give 49ers credit where credit was due. I didn't expect them to be in this position. A double-digit win season team. So, I understand how you feel about the great Patrick Mahomes, but he never had an injury like this. And part of Patrick Mahomes is being great is him running. Look at Lamar Jackson. I trust me. I get what you're saying. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of Patrick's runs that he does, it's just him just playing backyard football because none of his receivers are getting open. He better get out that pocket before he get hit. A lot of his running is off script. None of he doesn't do the read option. Well, they do versions of it, but it's not meant for him to hold the ball and actually go run for yardage. He's no Lamar Jackson. He don't have the speed like that. He don't have the mobility like that. Now he has sneaky mobility, yes, but that's more to escape sacks, more to break out of the pocket of containment when everything else is broken down. And just that's where he's playing backyard football. But trust me, having Patrick Mahomes as our leading rusher has never been beneficial. Never. So I get what you're saying, but again, you're watching all of Chiefs football like I am, and you would understand how you felt about it. Well, what's your thought from Tomlin? Do you think he sticks around? Yeah, I just touched on that a second ago. Yeah, he's not going nowhere. So look at that franchise. They don't change coaches. They got 3 coaches in the coaching history, and Tomlin's one of them. And he's going to continue to be until he decides he doesn't want to be. Just saying. This is how the Steelers operate. You know, did nothing to get a serious talent to replace Ben. I will agree with you right there. They haven't given him a quarterback since Ben left. That's I agree with that. And don't forget to throw in small hands. He was in there. They drafted him in the first round. So Rudolph, a decent college QB, what they had 4 years to figure out. He wasn't the answer and went into full panic mode. Got to pick it, yep, and hung it up, yep. With the draft capital Steelers have next year, a new coach can figure something out. Tomlin can go all offense. Two, I think he goes only on mutual agreement. And I did kind of mention that, but yeah, I did kind of talk about that. I don't think he's going nowhere. But hey, thanks for the comments, my man. So I appreciate you for interaction. But yeah, 49ers are fantastic, man. When it comes to Kyle Shanahan and Coach everything. Yeah, man, Coach here. All right, formally period. Let's get to the Eagles. Let's get to the Eagles part. And before I give my take on, I guess, what is it, solutions? Hey, man, this is what I love about certain people who just keep it real when it comes to the media. Check out my man, Swagger.
And I'm not going to teeter around it. Kevin Patullo ass need to be gone. This was a horrible year of calling offensive plays. And I don't think the Philadelphia Eagles offense is as bad as we watched it based on the talent. That's what kept us on the string all year long.
And, he said that on NFL Countdown, Monday Night Countdown this tonight, leading up. Hey, no worries, man. No, you good. I'm able to adjust, man. You good. You good. Hey, we just having conversations. I love it. No worries, bro. You good. Swagoo was right. All right, Kevin Patula's ass needs to be gone. And I don't know how he isn't fired already. That's what I'm concerned about. But the only thing that's really concerning me is apparently these talks, these talks that Sean Shady McCoy is having with people he's in the know in, and he goes on his podcast Speakeasy and says, well, I know people in the building, and the offense is so dumbed down it's because their quarterback can't do it. Now, I say that to say this. Remember that conversation we was having earlier about CJ Stroud and being Ohio State quarterbacks and how it's so plush around all pros, and then you get to the pros, you get to the NFL, and it looks a little different because you're not surrounded by all pros. Not everybody's a Pro Bowl, wide receiver, running back, tight end, and Pro Bowlers all protect you up front. Yeah, ain't so plush like it was at Alabama or Ohio State as it is in the NFL. That's what Hey, there's an Alabama quarterback and Jalen Hurts in Philly. NFL ain't so hot when, not all your offensive linemen are all pros. You got a couple of all pro receivers who somehow mysteriously couldn't catch a damn cold yesterday. Couldn't catch nothing. A.J. Brown, give me the ball. Okay, we give it to you. Hey, you can't be loud. And then when they give you what you asking for and you don't show up and you literally fumbled the bag. A.J. Brown can't do that. You can't be loud, boisterous, saying, give me the ball, and then you can't catch it. Can't do that. It's not a good look. Because now it looks like you're just going to be a disturbance and you're not going to produce. And they don't care how much money you make. You're going to make yourself a casualty to get moved. If that's what you really want, then it looks like they might oblige you. That's all I'm saying. But that final play, Just four go routes. That's it. That was some Madden playbook shit. 4 go routes. Just go. That's that's what it is. And look, if Shady McCoy's reports are correct that Jalen Hurts just can't do the complicated advanced stuff, then what are we doing? What are we doing? Look, I've been on Team Jalen Hurts since he came in the league. Because I think the guy's, cool, calm, collected individual. He doesn't get frazzled. But there was even the last throw. I'm like, what are you reading on this throw? You threw it in the triple coverage. Well, he threw it into double coverage, and the linebacker Kendricks was reading his eyes the whole way, and he became the third defender. Jalen Hurts' eyes nearly led him straight to that pathway. All right. My point is that I don't know what he saw to make you make that throw with your season on the line. Here's my problem with Kevin Patullo. Okay, say Jalen Hurts is struggling. You still got Saquon Barkley. That man just ran 2,000 yards last year. You can't get creative on how to get this running game going with concepts. Hell, maybe even get under center or find a fullback or something. Try something to get the running game going because you saw how it was night and day. See, like last year, the 2,000 yards from Saquon Barkley covered up these same problems that they were having this year. So these problems were nothing new. The fact of the matter is that you don't have a 2,000-yard rusher this year. So everything looks under the microscope a little bit more. Eagles' offense is bad. It was putrid. It's been putrid. It's been duped. And it literally is really, really baffling me. So I'm just waiting for somebody to come out and tell the truth on why y'all was so damn bad the last couple of years. I'm curious. I want to be a fly on the wall, hear the conversations or something, so I can hear the truth and get the truth on. Is it because Jalen Hurts is struggling, can't do anything? Is it Kevin Patullo? What is it? What is it? I need somebody to share some light, tell the truth. I know we'll probably never get it until another 20, 25 years down the line when somebody has a tell-all memoir and tell the truth. Hopefully, Nick Sirianni ain't the guy that does it because I don't want nothing else from that guy. Is it me? But does Nick Sirianni have a punchable face? He has a very punchable face. See his face? I want to punch him. Straight in his. Right there on the fucking chin. Wow. He also brings out D-bag energy. I get D-bag energy from him. He's a total douche. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. You're my podcast. I ain't apologizing to that douche. You're a douche. D-bag is Nick Sirianni. How the hell he still got it? Well, had he not won that Super Bowl, I think he probably don't get it twisted. You saw what Philly did to Doug P. Right there. Yeah. They ain't gonna be worried about all that shit. The Eagles got some work to do. We got some work to do. We got a lot of expensive players with a lot of name that carries some weight. And you got to figure out what you're going to do with this roster. Offensively, I can continue to just have Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and y'all can get a coherent offense. So yeah, I got some fixes to do. Let's go for these comments real quick. Did you see the kid they interviewed the other day calling for a Patullo to flip burgers? Oh, that's crazy. Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, I know they like to run with the ball. What's the point in that car? Is it going to have to sit in that pocket to protect their career? I mean, if you really been looking at it, both Lamar and Patrick's been doing it, but Lamar over the last couple of years has really made it a actual, goal of his to stay in the pocket. He's been doing a lot of trying to throw first before he absolutely has to take off running. Now, old offensive coordinators are still going to put him in running situations with the read option because you don't want Jackson, so you should. But he's actually making a conscious effort to not stay in the pocket. So, obligation to be out the door. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, man. This guy, Frank, is all that work. Yeah, I don't even know what's happening. You can give him the Kaepernick treatment, multiple targets, that isolate pushes of the field, easy read, decision making on the last game as well. Okay, the Super Bowl appearances were legit. And see, that's the thing with Jalen Hurts, because I think he does play well in big moments. That's why I was kind of shocked with his performance yesterday. He has shown that ability to play well in big time games. It matters. He plays well. The only problem is I think I have with Jalen Hurts is I might get a quarter of that, half of that. The only time I've seen him give me all 4 quarters of elite quarterbacking, surprisingly, have been against the Chiefs twice in the Super Bowl. Just my opinion. It's my opinion. Where I've seen a complete game. I've seen a complete game from him 2 times in the Super Bowl, both against the Chiefs, one in the loss and one in the win, and he played fantastic in both of them. So I don't know. I don't know. Look, if Shady McCoy's people that he's talking to is saying that, I can only take it for face value. Again, I'm not in there. I'm not in the know. I tell you this, and if you put Jalen Hurts on a top 32 list right now, 32 starters in the NFL right now, is he top 10? No, in my opinion, which has kind of changed now because I do admire the winning aspect of him, but I actually do need to quarterback though. And I think another thing that's really tripping me out is why didn't they use his running ability a little bit more? And that's the crazy thing. When we see elite, the best Jalen Hurts is when he's able to do both in that same game, where he's a threat running the ball. And you got defenses that want to, put the box. And now I got to account for his running ability along with Saquon's. And then, here's Devontae and A.J. Brown getting off. Here's Goddard going straight down the seam, making great plays. So the running ability has opened up the passing ability for Jalen Hurts. And so I just think there needs to be some give and take. You can do a little bit of things that play into the strength of what Jalen Hurts does, which is also part of his mobility. That's one of those things that he does well. And in the offense going like that. But again, I don't know the truth. I don't think we'll ever get it for at least for another 10, 15, 20 years. So we'll see. I don't know. Because they are all cranking their homes a locker room together. Oh, you're talking about the Eagles. Okay. I'm glad you cleared that up because I was like, I ain't cranking nothing, bro. I said, I ain't cranking nothing, man. Yeah, so well, you did say the last play was Madden type shit. The roster is literally a Madden with drinks, which is crazy. because that is a fantasy damn near offense. You got studs all over that offense. And that's great. That opinion is valid. You can't be disagreed upon. Completely with you on that in his 2 best games ever. Yeah. Just saying. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Was he hurt and we didn't know? And see that's what that's another thing. I don't think he was hurt. I think that's part of the Kevin Patullo part of this situation where it's like, hey man, you happen to be a good running quarterback. Let's try to get that into motion. But with Jalen Hurts, what kind of carries did he have? He had 5 carries for 14 yards. Yeah. I don't know if that's the stat line that I would want. I tell you what part of the stat line I don't like. 35 attempts. Hey, look, I'm just gonna say this right now. I am part of the Jalen Hurts fan club, but 20 to 25 attempts is as far as I'm willing to go. All right, 20 to 25 attempts is as far as I'm willing to go. If you take away 10 of those attempts and actually turn them into running attempts where he has 15 carries and you kind of crank up the yardage, especially, set up that opens up the whole playbook because now if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm worried about Jalen Hurts running the ball, and I'm worried about Saquon Barkley missing 2,000 yards. So I'm with you. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It might be. I don't know if there's something coming out. I don't know. It was just. It was baffling to me because we seen Jalen Hurts in most games get more than 5 carries. I don't know. I don't know if that's Kevin Patullo. I don't know if he's hurt. When I'm getting into the memoir, whoever decides to write it first. I don't know. This is probably one of the most baffling cases of football, I guess, history that I've ever seen. This is crazy. Philadelphia's offense has been terrible all year. If you're on the field, you are not hurt. I hear you. And plus, at this time of the calendar season or NFL calendar season, January, if you're still playing as a team, you're not healthy. I mean, and here's my thing. Unless you got a devastating injury to your quarterback, I ain't trying to hear the excuses about your injuries. All right? I'm looking at San Francisco. Just won a playoff game. They already came in with probably one of the most injured teams, and they left with a W. All right? Still one of the most injured. All right? I get it. Injuries happen. It's football. It's a violent sport. But for me, I can only use an injury where I gotta, at some point we gotta reel it in and call it a spade and just say you just can play good football. That's all I'm saying. So I hear what you're saying, but you got all the time in the world fast. No reason to scramble. It's just making the wrong read. Play designs falling more often than not. Yeah, and that's part of the mixture. Again, like I said, that last play, all go route from all 4 receivers was crazy, and that was a bad read from Jalen to clearly throw it into double coverage. His eyes led him to be the first and then pass that. So it was a mixture of both. It was bad. Look at Josh Allen against the Jags, possible concussion, bum ankle hurt, and still went out and grabbed the game by the neck. No, he grabbed it by the fucking balls. He said, this is my shit. Hey, fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, sometimes when you just got to strut, you got your nuts, man. Hey, that was that was Josh Allen flexing. And he went out and took a hold of that game. And the crazy thing is, we've seen Jalen Hurts have great performances and great moments. I'm just baffled that the last 2 years have been very confusing, needless to say, on his performances. When you get the up and down. Obviously, this year with Kevin Patullo, the play calling wasn't great. It was pretty basic. All right, it was pretty basic. But the Eagles are gone. With that being said, there will be a new champion in the NFL. Who's going to be? Who's it going to be? It's going to be some great teams out there. And, as we go over the matchup, Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you got Bills Broncos up first. That's going to be a great game. 8 p.m. Eastern later on Saturday night, you got 49ers Seahawks. You got two divisional rivals. Love that matchup. Can't wait to see that. And then on Sunday, Texans Patriots, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Rams Bears, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So those are your divisional matchups. We'll probably go over those. See if the homie Randy joins me tomorrow. We'll kind of go over those, and I'll give you a take on past weekend's action. But hey, I'll be honest, man. Out of the 6 games, 4 of them were absolutely fantastic. The Chargers this game was kind of fell flat at a certain point in time once I noticed that Justin Herbert was going to be able to move down the ball or hit the end zone. And then, of course, tonight, BTA, Houston defense is the shit. They legit. They've been legit. They've been doing this all season. So if you've been watching Texas football, that's new to you. Yeah, I'll take 4 out of 6 games being fantastic. I'll take that anytime. He said he didn't support by saying he wanted OC to return when asked in post conference. Well, I mean, hey, Sirianni's paid. He's like, I ain't going nowhere. I don't. He ain't give a damn. Hey, but look, everybody in the chat, man, I appreciate y'all tapping in with me, having this conversation, joining me. I appreciate it. Again, it's the first show that I've done 2026. I am ashamed of that. I promise I can do hard work and all that. So that's part of my New Year's. Okay, I don't do resolutions. I do goals. So part of my New Year's goal is to work on my consistency. Make sure that I get y'all the content. Obviously, football season is going to start winding down. So we're going to definitely crank it up maybe with some basketball talk here in a short weeks. I watch hockey. I know that. Don't get it twisted. There's two brothers that lost some hockey. I'm one of them. All right? But hey, I appreciate all the people in the chat. I appreciate y'all. Do me a favor. Going over to the YouTube channel, if you're watching the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, because you never know when I talk, my man Mel, yeah, he out, man, he out here doing his thing, man. Yeah, he's Detroit Mel, he out doing his thing. Got a radio app that he's spearheading and trying to get all our content on there and get syndicated like that. So, let him rock his task on that the I.O.W side, and I'm doing the podcast side. So I also get the radio app to see it get up and popping, and then once I'm taking the podcast part to another level and bring it together and uplift I.O.W to a whole other level. So that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to get the baby and then bring it back to baby for a bigger baby. You feel me? So, but yeah, you're linking up for the rest of the playoffs. I'm glad you brought that up. That's why you need to hit that like button, that subscribe button, that bell notification, because you never know when I pop up content. Right? Might be a good chance, a good possibility might be. I might even live stream Saturdays. I'm off on Saturday. So, hey, never know. Obviously, college football is coming to an end next week. The national championship game. We'll talk about that leading up to it. A lot to talk about in the sports world. All right. So that's why you got to hit the like, subscribe, tap in with the board. I appreciate y'all. Most importantly, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. All right, because it's been a great time. I gotta go. I gotta get up out of here. Right? I'm already 1 minutes over. I usually try to do an hour show, but hey, this was the first year, 2020, first show of 2026. We had to bring that heat. Regardless if my man Randy joins me tomorrow night, I will be here tomorrow night. We'll talk more sports, talk, whatever pops up, right? So, with all that being said, hey, man, you know where to find me. Go on over to my Twitter page, Facebook.com, right? If you want to find me personally, not check out the content in my back. I got no content besides I.O.W is my baby, but it is what it is. But, hey, I salute y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hey, man, and most important, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Hey, man, we need more kindness in this world. Holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Yeah. Silent Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to